So, that video didn't age well. Welcome back to Pursuitcore. I know, we're back already. I guess I need to pay more attention to the developer Discord because I was totally blindsided by this update. A lot of stuff was changed, and a bunch of new stuff was added too. I know they're never gonna see this, but on the off chance that they are watching, I would like to thank you, Clay Doggy, for everything that you're doing. As a new-ish Pursuitcore fan, the constant updates are very much appreciated. What's more, this is only Act 1 of the update. I don't know if I missed a memo somewhere, but I have no idea what the second act of this could bring outside of a retooled FabFox facility. Assuming it doesn't come to the game as a standalone edition, which I kind of hope they do. Lord knows it would be a breath of fresh air compared to the content hoarding other games do. But we will leave speculation for a potential wishlist video, because I do have a bunch of things that I would love to see come to the game. You're all here to see what's new, and it will be my utmost pleasure to introduce you to a brand new face among our cast of crash test dummies. And she takes her job very, very seriously.
Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery. Step inside and hold on for dear life.
Tac 9 joins the team. Professional assassin, roller derby enthusiast, notable lesbian, and my new second favorite character to play. Dante still clears though. Vinny was a high bar to clear, and Michaela was actually creeping up as one of my better characters, but Tac surpassed all of my expectations and desires with one singular move. The drop kick. Michaela wishes she could do this to Fukatsuki. If you strip Tac of every other one of her moves except dropkick, she would still be a menace. It seriously kicks ass. First of all, you slide in whatever direction you were going upon activation, meaning that you can drift around corners to act as a welcome mat to any unpleasant forces that might be stalking your team. Or you can weave the killer and spring back towards them for a lick of your own. Secondly, the velocity meter charges really quickly, so it doesn't take long to get up to max speed. More speed means more distant, and more recoil upon hitting the killer, so you can bounce back to your team and regroup easily. And third, this thing goes far. Her name is Tac 9, but it may as well be Tachyon, because she crosses countries in a second.
Holy shit, that's amazing!
You could be in chase, half a mile away from your team, and all of a sudden, Tac teleports in and smashes the dude's face in. Picks you up in a Princess Carrie and heroically escorts you back to safety, cherry blossom petals swirling in the air around you as you blush furiously in the arms of your butch savior. And just kidding, Nyan! That was a dream! The end is nigh. But she would be kind of lackluster if all she had was dropkick, as satisfying as it might be to land. Good God, is it satisfying! Dropkick also has a secondary stun in the form of dive kick, but it's way, way more situational. See, Tac has a wall jump. Just one, no Mega Man shenanigans here. And while in the air after a bounce, an orange aura will envelop her. Yes, Tac, we see the fit. You know that's not what I meant by aura. This orange light means that you can now use dive kick, and this is where I've got a small problem. It's really difficult to ever hit dive kick. Like ever. I know that this is probably just a skill issue, but... Hey, me from the future here. Yes, this is in fact just a skill issue. Since recording this, I've actually gotten a bit better at landing it. However, because predicting it is still difficult, especially with good movement, and the fact that you can't really aim very well once you've started the dive kick, I'm going to let past me continue talking about this because there are some points that I did make previously that I think are still applicable. Let me explain. Your walls need to be tall enough to jump and kick off of to begin with, and your hitbox is fairly small while diving. Using dropkick and going horizontally is fine with something like that, but your target is much, much smaller coming down from the air. More often than not, you'll just completely miss, usually because your control is very limited once you actually start the move. It's like jumping in Castlevania. If you mistime anything, just accept your fate. However, with all that said, it's really goddamn satisfying to land too. I do not care if I died immediately afterwards. It is hype to land it. I think an improvement could be made if it worked more like Dante's quick swing instead of Nyan's slide. It would allow you to keep some control of your movement and make it slightly easier to hit, but not to the point where it's surefire. Good movement from the Terminator will still negate this, which is as it should be. And lastly, a rather curious ability in the form of Skullbuster. On the surface, you'd think that this is just a projectile stun, but no. It only pushes the killer back a little bit and covers them in kind of weird maroon dust. It feels nice to hit, but I don't know... Oh. Tack is a stun stacker. Kind of. See, Pursuitcore on the whole generally discourages stun stacking. Hitting a term that's just been stunned will barely add any time onto it and will leave you in a bad spot when they're back up and running. Especially since all stuns last a pretty short time save for 2, and one of them is only an LMS buff. Though you can still do it if you're quick. What Skullbuster does, though, is add a little bit to the timer when someone stuns the killer, as long as they're under that weird dust effect. You can also add to the timer if you hit Skullbuster directly after someone hits their stun, accomplishing roughly the same effect. It's a nearly negligible difference, you'll have to point it out if I'm missing something, but in a game where every second counts, I promise you'll get some good mileage out of it. Alright, cool. I think that does it for the Survivor section. I'm a little disappointed they added only one, but she is a damn good one, so I can't really... What the hell is that?
Are we really doing this? I mean, he's barely even a character. Like, what's there to cover? Yeah, I know I've got to be thorough, but it still feels like a waste of time. I'm sorry, did you say 20 bucks?
So Kit is an odd character, to put it lightly.
As it stands right now, he and Rafflepix are the only 2 characters in the game to be obtained through achievements.
Though a big difference is the task you need to do. For Raffle, all you had to do was deposit the most fuel on top score, which you can do without even really trying if you're halfway decent with Nyan. For Kit, though... You know that one scene from JoJo Part 5? Yeah, you have to survive that. Except now there's 7 of them. And one of them smells like Sharpies. I'll get into it later, but I will tell you right now that it's both slightly better than and as bad as it sounds. Man, this has been a lot of I wanna be and very little of the guy, so let's actually talk about the little blue dude.
First and most notably, you have 1 singular hit point. Literally what the... No, that was 1 before. No, that was 1 like a week ago. Kit, what the hell have you been doing? Okay, yeah, sure. He's 15 times stronger now. But you still can't be healed. I don't think you get health boost in LMS, and you don't get a second life. You get nothing that a normal survivor would get. You could hit this guy with a blade of grass, and it would split him in half.
So what the hell could he possibly be good for? Well, he's a phenomenal gen jockey, partly thanks to his main draw, the double jump. A deceptively strong ability in a game all about jukes. You can get to places that most characters could only dream of going without a bounce pad, making map traversal a breeze. However, if you even begin to consider how this might be good in chase, just know that the mere thought of something like that just killed another Kit somewhere out there. You do not want to catch the eye of the Terminator under any circumstances, even with the extra jump. They're still faster than you, and sometimes the hitboxes just don't feel like working. But if you are truly caught out in the open, pants down, and struggling to run, then it's a good thing you got that license. The normal fire mode of the gun is practically useless, only removing killer abilities for half a second on hit, and is dependent on where the character model is facing again. Damn it! The charge shot works the same, but it can actually stun the killer, if only for a short amount of time, probably only a second. This thing is the self-defense gun from the RE1 remake. You can pop off one shot, and then you'd better hope to God somebody is nearby to save you, because you will not be getting another chance. And if you think saving you means healing you, first of all, no. And secondly, just be sure not to ask for it. No need to be greedy, after all.
Boom! Fuck you!
Okay, now we're done with the survivors. For real this time. It'd really just be those two scallywags. Now, we can finally get to the... me voice! Someone stole me bleeding voice!
Hello, viewers. It's me, Captain Limewire. I'll be guiding you through my section with a voice that I found in Mexico. I thought it sounded nice, so hopefully this will be a relaxing experience for all of you.
Ah, drat, me ill-gotten gains.
God, Jesus, finally got this shit back. Where were we? Oh, right.
Limewire's fun as fuck, dude. He's super mobile, his hook quick-time event is satisfying to nail, he's another character with a gun. What's not to love? Even his killing style is a pun. He's a grappler, and he has a hook. Grappling hook? Well, I think I'm funny.
Oh, brother!
Limewire and Sweep actually have more in common than you might think. Like Sweep, Limewire's moves are almost all in service to one thing, the titular Limewire. And even that is in service to something greater than itself. Alright, here's the flowchart. Use Torrential Leap to get close to people, or land on them if you're lucky. Use the gun to tag them on some Azure Striker timing. Use your hook to home in on the marked user, and complete the QTE to pile drive them into the floor. Hit them with an M1 immediately after, and congratulations, you have just murdered the fuck out of a user for no reason. He didn't even have anything good on him, just some gummy bears and Garfield card. Now, this is the most efficient way to maximize your damage, and it feels satisfying to follow all the steps and pull it off. It's really phenomenal single target damage. But does that mean there's no other way to play him? Fuck no! The gun is also free wall hacks on at least one guy, if you can land it. And you don't even need a user to be magnetized to use the hook. If you're good at predicting where they'll move, you can yoink them out of hiding or away from their team, and if you're really cracked, you can spread that pile driver out across the whole team. Yeah, he's a bit slower and a massive target, but this big guy knows how to throw his weight around, and he is one of the most fun killers to play in my opinion. And he's got one of the most fun sounding chase themes to boot. Though, there's one guy who's even better at throwing himself around, and he's...
Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
oh no. There was exactly one person I know who was experiencing more flashbacks watching this part. Jack Noir is something of an anomaly, both in Pursuitcore and in my experience playing ASIMs. In my experience, it's rare or even unheard of to have a killer who specializes in chip damage. Comparative to other killers anyways. And he's an anomaly in Pursuitcore because it's just Jack Noir, taken wholesale and without alteration from Homestack. I guess he's just so cool that he wouldn't let a single alteration touch his person. His M1 has the lowest damage out of any killer on the roster. However, you'd do well to not take comfort knowing that, because what he lacks in raw power, he makes up for in high frequency. Kinda like that, yeah. Jack can swing 3 times in a row if each hit lands, which can total up to 35 damage before his M1 goes on cooldown. So if a competent Jack is tailing you, there won't be much difference between him and other killers in direct chase. And if he ever, even for a moment, lags behind, he's got plenty of tools in his kit to make sure you don't go anywhere. First of all, Eldritch Tentacles. Fuck Limewire being the primary grappler, this one is nasty. He sends out 2 tentacles one after another, and if either of them hit you, you get dragged into the least pleasant bear hug you've ever been a part of, where instead of the tentacles doing any real damage, they simply deliver you straight onto Jack's sword for a free 30 damage, depending on how many swings he can get in. It would almost feel intimate if it wasn't for the guts getting dumped onto the floor. And secondly, if he can't pull you in, he'll just take an Uber directly to you instead with Behead, a flying dash move that was ripped straight out of Dante's toolbox and given wings. Shut up, you know what I mean.
Omnidirectional!
So no matter if you're up, down, or all around, he will find a way to you. But I'm not done yet! Because if he hits you with the first dash, there's no cooldown for the move, and he can just hit you again and put you on your ass. Thankfully without the full 25 damage this time. And as if this wasn't bad enough already, boy, you are about to see something wonderful. The Red Miles. You really thought that chip damage was all he was good for? It was always building up to this. Once you have conducted enough suffering, Eldritch Tentacles will transform into the Red Miles, and using it will have Jack soar into the air and plant his sword in his chest, releasing red tendrils upon the world that will seek out all users on the map. Each one only does 10 damage on contact, but this very quickly turns into bullet hell, with how many are racing towards your location as we speak. You do have a chance to dodge them, but you've got to keep your eyes peeled for the red stars racing towards you, and pray that they're not hidden inside walls or something. The wiki says that Red Miles cannot kill you, only put you down to very low health, but by the time the tendrils fade and you think you're safe, he's already behind you. Oh yeah, and Omnipotence. Man, there's a lot of Omni stuff with him. Nolan must have been a Homestuck kid. Omnipotence is his indicator thing. It does reveal all players, but it also teleports you to the furthest one away, which, thankfully, has an indicator on the user's end so he doesn't blindside them. And rounding out his obsession with adding Omni to everything, his chase theme, Omnicide, literally just means kill everyone alive. Hey, wait a minute.
You weren't supposed to see that.
Well, on the topic of getting jumped, they added a bunch of new content outside the characters this time. I really thought it would be coming in the following update, but lo and behold, 3 whole new game modes to play. Every so often, a wheel will appear instead of a new round starting, and you can vote on a game mode to increase the chance of playing it. But there's often only one game mode that people will be voting to play. Remember how I said you have to unlock that guy? Yeah, this is how it happens. Pursuitcore's very own simulation game. What's it simulating? Probably Chicago. I Wanna Be the User derives its name from the infamous rage game I Wanna Be the Guy, the movie, the game, which I'm sure needs no introduction if you're part of Gen Z. If you don't know what I Wanna Be the Guy is, play it for yourself. It's a worthwhile and truly deeply touching experience. This is the game mode where one guy gets jumped by up to 7 Terminators. There is no restriction on who you can choose, and none of you have any collision with each other. Your only goal is to reduce that user to paste. The user, however, isn't defenseless. The usual LMS buff you get now puts you up to 400 health, sometimes more depending on the character. And in addition to that, the user received a special passive, Adrenaline. As best I can tell, hitting any stun, which is pretty easy given the massive churning horde in front of you, gives you a speed boost no matter what. I won using Dante, and have the best luck with them given their quick stuns and the mobility of Wingbeat, but I've heard of some absolutely cracked Neons making it through the mode. If your movement is good enough, you'll be able to make it through no matter what. But for your sanity, please make sure you pick someone with a stun, and if you do manage to win, you'll have a very special little guy waiting for you when the next round starts. Aw shit, here comes Block Boy. This is the Infection game mode, featuring the first Super Terminator in the game, the titular Block Boy, and you'll figure out why he's super real quick. He kills you in one hit. But, as a trade-off, he has no idea where you are, and only has the skill of smashing his face into the ground. No abilities, just a run cycle and a dream. And a passive that lets him keep moving when stunned. Which, like, dude. You're really better off not even engaging with this guy. His cooldown is quick and his run speed is fast, so you better just stay the hell away and let him chase somebody else. Hell, I wouldn't even recommend doing gens, because as soon as you get there and start feeling, he's going to teleport behind you and wipe you off the face of the earth before you can even say, "Nothing personnel, kid." But hey, if you're feeling brave, go ahead. Just don't be surprised if you wake up looking like Domo in a couple seconds. Technically, it's possible to win. It's always possible to outmaneuver him, and with the LMS health bonus, it'll actually take 2 hits minimum to kill you. I've just never seen it happen. And lastly, my favorite out of all the new modes. Probably a weird choice because the others have something more unique going on, but this one is the most survivable and I am a coward. Plus, there's something special about 2 Terminators getting together on a romantic evening in hell and just beating the shit out of each other and their fellow patrons. This is a competition, not co-op, and even the zombies can get in on the action since they count as Terminators. They can finally help out the team that they used to be a part of instead of being worthless temp damage bombs that help a killer out that didn't need help in the first place. Anyways, there's not much extra going into this mode. You get 50 extra health as a survivor, and the killers can friendly fire each other, making it easier to get away if you're getting jumped, but that's all you're getting. You've got to coordinate with your team well if you want to see the lobby again in one piece. And I think that's what I like most about this mode. Sure, I've seen lobbies get ripped apart in seconds, but sometimes you get some legitimate team play that feels really good to be a part of. It's an enhancement of the base mode that forces everyone to lock in, and I think that's beautiful. But if that's beautiful, then this is downright gorgeous. Oh, Neon! What the hell happened to you? She's finally got her own LMS. Let's fucking go, baby. And it's kind of more of the same, but that's not a bad thing. It's still a very good remix, and I'm happy Neon has a theme to call her own now. It still fits with the energy that her background would suggest. Hell, in canon, it's probably a song that she wrote. I guess I just wish it iterated more on the original song. I really like the harmonies it has towards the end of it, but ultimately it's just good. Not great, but far, far, far from bad. It still lacks the emotional weight that I was hoping to hear, but I think I've just come to a realization. Neon is just an adrenaline junkie. She obviously cares about her friends and fellow users, and it's not as though she's not scared of the big kill beast. She's just so hopped up on adrenaline and Pop-Tarts that nothing really registers while she's running for her life, outside of the fact that she needs to. This LMS is a way of coping, reminding herself of what she has to lose, and something to hype her up and push her towards the exit. I was wrong, Neon. Your songs are alright.
This one came out the most recently, and I'm honestly obsessed with it. I've always had a soft spot in my heart for underdog, cat characters.
those who fight bravely against overwhelming odds despite not being equipped or signing up for it. It's a trope that infects a lot of my writing, actually, and it's one that fits very well here for the weakest survivor in the game. It feels like a song that Kit could be hearing diegetically, heart thrashing in their chest as they dodge and weave everything the killer throws at them. And as the song continues, the more confident and hopeful it becomes. A single graze will spell the end, and yet they fight on. For their colleagues, yes, but also to prove himself that he's worthy of the cape that they wear. Wanna isn't a strong enough word anymore. After everything you've been through, and how close you are to winning, you're gonna be the user, no matter how many tries it takes. Up, another familiar face, who I slandered straight to hell last time for having a Buns LMS theme. I admit, it's grown on me a little bit. It's not as ass as I said so last time. But does it hold any kind of candle to what she's been given now? Hell no! If you ripped out Michaela's soul and dissected it, this song is what you would find in there. It takes all of the biggest elements from MLG culture, drizzles in the leitmotif of Star Shredder from her best friend, sprinkles in some gritty synth and an atmosphere that swings between pure confidence and looming dread, slams a JBL speaker into the pot and shoots it repeatedly until all you've got left is a damn fine meal. They cooked here! I'll be damned. They made a song that makes me want to get better at playing Michaela. Hats off to you, Inceptor Dom. You make gold every time you enter the studio. It still doesn't beat Star Shredder in my opinion, but have you listened to that song? What the hell could? But this song still takes the bronze medal with ease. It's so nice to finally have it in game. Oh, right. Before we wrap up, TAC 9 also technically has an LMS theme. Currently, it's just a placeholder, that being a metal cover of Neon Cat, and it's a pretty short one at that, but I don't want to talk about that. I would like to put a spotlight on Inceptor Dom's TAC 9 solo theme. It was posted about a month ago. And considering how things have been going, it's gonna be added to the game any day now once they... instrumental? Holy shit, they're gonna add lyrics to this? Oh, there they are.
I wish I could turn back time, the clock keeps ticking. All I've got is you on my mind, it's true I'm missing those things I wish I'd done. We're running circles in my head, all the times we had that were fun, coded dead in crimson red.
I think we just found who takes home the silver. Even without the lyrics, this is something else, man. It's so unbelievably melancholic, like a singer performing her heart out for an empty concert hall. Except, that singer is dead. You watched her die, and she meant everything to you. Your world is crumbling to dust right in front of your eyes. Her blood drips from a monster's hands, and now they're looking at you, curling their twisted claw, beckoning you to come closer, to go with her. All you can see is red. Nothing matters. There's nothing to go back to. Your legs move on their own. Your hands twist and clench with seething rage. You are going to return every bit of suffering she went through to its rightful owner, even if it kills you.
Just take all my money!
God, this theme can't be added soon enough. I wrote and recorded all of that before the lyrical draft came out, and I'm glad I was mostly on the mark with my reading of it. The devs have this uncanny ability to outdate anything that I make before it even comes out. But I'm really liking what I'm hearing, and I'll do my best to wait patiently for this peak to come to the game. But there's plenty more to see. There's new milestone skins, new music tracks to go with them. I love what they did with Party Pony's milestone skin, by the way. A competitive mode where they took Kid out bad and shot him in the head. And some stuff I missed from last time. Yeah, I didn't do a great job talking about Grab Stare, because honestly, I just hate the guy. And I legit forgot some stuff. But he deserves fairness all the same. Thank you, YoshiFan2334, for pointing this stuff out. The information is on screen. Another thing, gen spawns are dependent on the map, which I claimed was not the case last time. They're static for most places, but specifically Nexus, Pursuitcore, Minesweeper, and Lost Mall do all have alternative spots for the secondary generator. And Retro LARP, the Roblox-looking map, isn't in the game right now because it didn't play nice with Dodix's balls. Poor guy. Also, it was Sniper Heaven, and Michaela deserves to go to Purgatory at best. Oh yeah, and one last thing the comments on the last video pointed out, Peter, the moon is here. But that about does it for now. I'm sure there's going to be some minor update that invalidates parts of this video again, but at this juncture, I look forward to it. They're feeding us some good stuff, and it's only a matter of time before Act 2 comes out. Hopefully I'll have the DC video finished before that happens, though in the meantime, I might make some small character guides for this game. Not that I'm good with any of them, but it might help some people avoid mistakes that I made. And maybe a lore video or something, but that might involve having to read Homestuck, and I am scared of reading that. But we'll see. And another thing, thank you so very much, all of you, for all the new subscribers and the views on that video. It really exploded. I was not expecting it to reach as many people as it did. And like, we went from like 90-some subscribers to... Actually, no, we went from 20-some subscribers to like just shy of 300 as of me recording this. So thank you. Thank you all so very much. It's really an honor. I'll try to keep making stuff like this. I've been wanting to start a channel that just talks about video games that I like for a while now, and there's a lot of good stuff in Roblox that I'm wanting to cover. But whatever it is that might be happening next, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you at the next stop.